Ladies and gentlemen, seekers of truth and knowledge, welcome to an experience that will take you on a captivating journey beyond our world. Today we have another special treat for you as we sit down with the renowned Andromedan Contactee Alex Collier. Prepare yourself for a rapid-fire question and answer session that delves into the depths of cosmic wisdom and unveils the mysteries of the universe. As always, please remember to like this video and share it with your friends and family. That way, it gets seen by more truth seekers. Also, remember, Alex hosts a live webinar every Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, so be sure to visit the link in the description for more information. But for now, here are today's rapid-fire questions and answers.
Rebuilding the world, question 1. What specific type and subtype of government structure do the Andromedans use from the local level on up for consideration towards what we do next?
They basically, their model is somewhere between a communistic and a republic. And what I mean by communistic is that everyone contributes and everyone shares. However, the citizens, the civilians, the Andromedan people themselves make all the decisions. They do have officials, I guess they're called, who will then direct the implementation of those wishes. Now, those are all volunteer positions, and they are all for a very specific amount of time. It is necessary that each citizen, each Andromedan citizen, participate in all aspects of the civilization. And that's why they go to school, to learn all the sciences, because they have to learn to be able to participate in all of them, and they contribute their energy to all of them so that their education is not only complete, it is completely and totally 360, well-rounded. So if they're called upon to do something, to go somewhere, to fill a need, they know exactly what to do. They know exactly what to do because they've had all the teachings and the experience of doing it themselves. It's something we should have been doing here since day one. Okay, go ahead. Next one.
Kim is asking, thank you so much, Alex. I so appreciate you in these webinars. In relation to the rebuild reference from A's, it would be like being dropped on another planet. Does this mean we'll live like a third world country, completely not having anything, like totally the time it takes to grow food, build dwellings, etc.? Would you please clarify what this may look like as best as you can?
We're not a third world planet. We're not. We never actually have been. That term only comes from where there are countries that have had to live in survival and surrounded by strife. That is not going to be our situation. It's not. You're just going to have faith and see how it all plans out. In dismantling the old matrix, the whole point of doing that is to replace it with something based in reality. So it's going to be okay. As it comes down, we rebuild it with something else. It's going to be okay. Okay? We're not going down the shithole. It's just not going to happen.
Aloha, Alex. What state of mind, thoughts, emotions do the A's have when they enter into warrior stroke defense mode? I assume it's not the judgmental, angry, self-righteous mode that many humans fall into.
You know, that's an excellent question. I don't know. I've not ever seen them in that mode myself. I only heard about it, heard instances, stories related to me from Mornay specifically, but I have not seen any of them ever in that mode. knowing Mornay and his crew the way I do, I would be really, really nervous if they were to come at me in that in the mode that they are in, very confident, very deliberate, um, very resolute in a very specific outcome. I would be really, really nervous because I don't see them getting angry. I just see them becoming very focused and opening up a can of whip ass and then taking it to you. That's, yeah.
Is it possible to catch remote viewers watching us while asleep?
I have. Um, there's a lot of times where, even though I've been grounded, I can literally sit up inside my body and look around. And I've caught people watching me. And what I do when that happens is wherever it is that they are, I immediately just put a shield up against them and say, "Don't ever come back." And to my knowledge, um, they don't come back. It's only happened a couple of times though. I had an ET do it once, and Mornay told me that it was his daughter. It was one of his daughters that was doing that because she was so curious about me. So I had to like let that one go. But he said it wouldn't happen again, and I was like, I'm good because I was taken aback. I didn't care for that. You could have given me a heads up that that was going to happen, and he agreed. And he agreed. So, next question. See, they're not infallible.
What specific type of economic system do the Andromedans use?
It's a barter system. It's a barter. With other races, it's strictly a barter. When it's contained within the civilization, everything is provided. Whatever it is that they need to evolve and succeed is provided freely. Whenever it has to do with another outside culture, it's a barter system. That's all I got.
I live in South Africa, and there's one paranormal incident in the Southern African hemisphere that occurred in Zimbabwe a few years ago I'm aware of. Do you or the A's have any knowledge for an awakening plan for the African continent? I try my best, but I'm regarded as a nutter by 99% of the sheeple, he says.
Africa is going to play a major role in the spiritual evolution of the planet, and it's going to be the indigenous people. So, Brett, don't lose heart. Africa is a really, really big part of the shift that's coming. There's a lot more going on there. It's just that the tribal people aren't sharing it because they don't trust Western civilization anymore, and to a degree for a good reason. They've been shit on. But there's going to come a point where all the scales are going to be balanced, and it isn't far off. And in that balancing of the scales, a lot of the anger, a lot of the frustration, a lot of the um, distrust will fall away. And what we will do is that we will find ourselves all standing shoulder to shoulder, wanting the exact same thing and wanting to move in the exact same direction. So have faith. It's coming. Um, it's coming. Africa is a continent of profound wealth. And that which was taken from them will in fact be returned. And that which hasn't, that's still on the ground, will belong to the African people. Okay, it is not going to be business as usual.
Since the A's enjoy our instrumental music creations, if you ever gave a guitar or other simple music instrument to the A's and showed them how to make music with just curious if you ever gave a guitar and showed them how to make music with simple chord changes, strumming and picking, etc.
I've given them 2 guitars. And the thing is I don't really even know how to play. I'm just a strummer, but I've given them 2. And I understand that many of the children already know how to play it. So, and when I was on board the mothership, I had already given 1 for the museum. And I was asked by one of the children if there was another. And I did. I got them another one. So they already have 2. And I have 2 more in my room upstairs, ready for the next opportunity to share them. That's such a great question. Thank you for asking that. That brings back such great memories. You see, the reason they like the instrumental is because they feel the emotion. And in their opinion, the singing distracts from the emotion. And then that's just how they see it, you know. I mean, they're a telepathic race. So it's neither right nor wrong. It's just how they see it. And I am sure that those kids, well, to us, they're kids, but, you know, they're 50, 60 years old and they still look like children. I'm sure they've learned all of our music already. So, at least the classical.
Intending, W. Morton, to help in creating new music with more harmoniously in tune with frequencies, harmonies, and rhythms of well-being, both enjoyable and uplifting for body, mind, heart, and soul. Assembling instruments and synthesizer capable of this will be a healthy investment. So wonder if as Gaia Terra ascends, will all such material objects, including computers and so on, be naturally brought along, continue to be functional? Yeah, will my Christmas present that I showed you before still work in 4 and 5D?
I don't know. I don't know. Back many, many years ago, I asked what would actually ascend, and they said only natural products. So I don't know how if that still applies or not. I simply don't know. That's another really, really good question. You know, you brought up something here regarding frequencies, harmonies, and rhythms. I once asked to listen to some of their music, how they create music. And I couldn't hear it. I simply could not hear it, even though it was playing. And that's because our ears here in third density simply are not attuned to that high of a frequency. Now, I have a friend who's a brilliant mathematician. And he's just a brilliant guy. I have such great respect for him. He lives in Idaho. And he wanted some frequencies. There was a question regarding some frequencies. So when I asked M about it, his response was, well, why would he need that? So I shared our conversation, which Mornay already knew about. And he said, giving people the frequencies of fifth density is not typically something we would ever do with an aggressive race. Now, I haven't told him that, but if he's listening, he probably knows it now. But, it could be that once we stop being aggressive, that information will be given to us because we're going to be moving into it anyway. So I guess the concern is that until all regressives have been removed from the planet, human or not, that's not information they want the surface to have at the moment. You see, ladies and gentlemen, there's layers upon layers. This is a multi-dimensional chess game. It really is. There's a lot of moving pieces on different platforms of frequency. It's not a simple, easy matter. It's just not.
In my work, friendship and familiar environment, I still see only at least 98% of population believing in what MSM say. Despite all the events the last 2-3 years, important part of them remain being with human with big heart and inner light. Wondering how at collective level our ascension could happen at our planet level. Feel too much sadness observing all these humans staying unawakened, and ask for your advice to keep our vibrating high and also contribute to collective awakening at my level and in my day-to-day life. Sincere gratitude for you on what you do.
That's a really good one. I just keep a positive attitude. And even when I don't, I do keep a positive attitude. Even when I don't want to have a positive attitude, I keep a positive attitude. I had to go to the rental office because my garage door broke and I needed to have it repaired. So I went in there with Merlin. And Merlin's always in a good mood. His tail's always wagging. He's just always happy. So I walked in there, and one of the young ladies said, "Hi, how are you, Mr. Collier?" And, Merlin was just thrilled to get more pets. And I said, he's always in a good mood when he comes here. And she stood up and she said, "That's because you're always in a good mood." So, you see, it is infectious. It does change. You may not see the results, but when you walk into a place, even if it's just for a few minutes, if you have a real positive attitude, that frequency is there. It does change the frequency of that space. And then when you leave, it's still there. You just don't see the results. We're all made of the same stuff. What you have is the majority of the population very disempowered. Once that ends, they will learn how to step into their own personal space and leadership roles. It's not necessarily for you or for me or anyone else to do for them. But that doesn't mean it isn't happening. Okay? I got fired from jobs because of YouTube, because of the videos, because of an Art Bell radio show. I got walked out the door because I was one of them. Okay? And now I got people that I worked with in those places reaching out to me because they've seen the videos, they're watching the webinars, and they're like, God, Collier, we're so sorry. So you just never know. You just never know. But if you are committed to your path, you just stay committed to your path. Because what you're doing is those people that you know or that you touch, you are blazing a trail for them to follow when they begin to wake up. And maybe that's your purpose.
Alex, if there's supposed to be a big drop in population, is it still needed to build lots of dwellings with the humanitarian funds?
Yes. Yes, it is. A lot of the homes that we live in are energetically dysfunctional. That's number one. Number two, they're not conducive to holding a resonant frequency, an earth frequency. Feng shui, in other words, most homes are completely all wrong based on the energy frequencies, the way of measuring those things do with using feng shui. That's number one. That's number two. Number three, many of the chemicals and insulation on these homes is actually extremely harmful to people. So they would need to be rebuilt, and they should be rebuilt using more natural products. And these homes, I mean, the technology today using 3G, the 3D printers is just remarkable. You know, you could rebuild a neighborhood in 6 months completely with incredible homes that will last 50, 60 to 100 years or longer. In the inner cities, there are entire blocks of homes that need to be destroyed. And whether we rebuild them or we turn them into nature preserves, you know, that will depend on the community itself to make those decisions. But is there a need to build better homes, new homes? Yes, there is. There really is. A lot of the properties that people will rent from are owned by banks that have been involved in human trafficking. It may very well be that during legal proceedings, those properties will be ordered by a court to be torn down. So you see, there's a lot of things that have to be worked out. And if they're going to be torn down, you know, all those folks would need another place to live. So, and with free energy, with the ability to pull water from the atmosphere without plumbing and the such, people would be free to build a home anywhere they wanted. So yeah, there's still a need. There would still be a need.
Besides DNA connections, do you have any information on why different people end up on different ships in their training? Meaning, are there different entities or ships with different specific intents for these days?
Cygnus. I love this question. Are there different entities and ships with different specific intents and or these days? Each race has a very specific talent that they're very, very good at. Some races have multiple. But because there are so many different races that want to participate in this process, in this mission to, free our solar system, they have come forward and have offered any of their expertises in order to participate. Now, those functions can change, but if you are, I'm just going to put this out there. Let's say in your previous life form, you were in fifth density and you fell into time to come down here. And in fifth density, you have mastered multiple science technologies and talents. What you would learn on those ships from the different races would be different from that of the civilization you came from. So essentially what's happening is you have your degrees, you're on the Earth mission, and now at night when you are traveling or during a contact, you're going to different ships and learning very specific other ways to do the same sciences. You are now basically getting a doctorate degree or an MBA in those sciences, because each race has their own perspective and their own way at looking at the same kind of issues, which is why everybody is checking each other's work for this very same reason, so that everybody knows and everybody is on exactly the same page. That would be the same for you if you were discussing and talking about yourself, Cygnus. Everybody is checking your work. You may not, when you come back into your body, you may not be aware of it. But when you're out, you probably are aware of it. That what you're learning, everybody else is following behind to make sure that you understand what it is you're going to do with this technology, with this knowledge, when the time presents itself to help humanity. I hope that was clear. Okay. Well done you. Well done you.
There you have it, fellow truth seekers. Another enlightening and exhilarating rapid-fire question and answer session with the remarkable Alex Collier, who shared his profound encounters with the benevolent Andromedan extraterrestrial beings. As we continue our cosmic journey, let us embrace the wisdom of the Andromedans and carry their message of love, unity, and compassion with us. Together we can create a world where humanity stands united, ready to embrace the wonders that await us in the vast expanse of the universe. If you found this rapid-fire question and answer session fascinating, hit that like button and share this video with your friends and family. Subscribe to our channel and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on more captivating content like this. Thank you for joining us on this incredible adventure. Until next time, may the stars guide you on your path of enlightenment and exploration. Remember to always seek knowledge and stay curious. If you would like to see the Andromedan Contactee Alex Collier live via video stream, we hold a live online seminar every Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. For more information on upcoming live webinars, please visit alexcollier.org.